is a tree. Look at it, it's inarguable. And then look at what we see. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the channel Break the Ice, the channel that strives for truth and justice. And we cover a lot of real life stories, taboo subjects, controversial topics, where I conduct interviews and we talk about cold cases, missing people, that kind of stuff. If you're a subscriber of the channel, I don't know why I'm even explaining it. You already know this, but welcome. Firstly, I just want to say thank you to recent new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for viewing my recent work. Thank you for the comments, all that kind of stuff. It's appreciated. Every comment and every like and every subscribe grows the channel. And like literally, a YouTube channel is nothing without you watching videos and subscribing and commenting and all that kind of stuff. So I mean that sincerely. Obviously, it's been quite heavy on the Nicola Bulley case this week, or the last week and a half, 2 weeks. Since Peter Falding released the video, Sonar imagery of him going down the river. Now, today's video is very important because it's about this video sonar data of Peter Falding going down the river. Not just an image, but the actual video footage. Because I picked up on something it's right under everybody's noses. And even Peter Falding hasn't made a point of this. But I'm about to. I've heard a lot of people say and write that the image that Peter Falding claims to be Nicola Bulley is actually a tree or its branches. This hasn't even been said by Peter Falding himself. The way that I'm going to say it, and the way that I'm going to explain it, and the way that I'm going to point out the obvious. Because like I said, this is evidence in my eyes. This is clear evidence that this is not what Peter Falding claims to be Nicola Bulley. Is not a tree. It's not branches. I can debunk it right here, right now. And I'm going to do that. And it's in this footage. I've asked him if he'll send me the footage, which he has done. And I'm going to play it. And I want to talk through it because this, in my eyes, is clear, undeniable, inarguable evidence that the image that Peter Falding claims to be Nicola Bulley is not a tree. Because guess what? In this footage, there is a tree. And they look nothing alike. The image that Peter says is Nicola Bulley and the actual tree that I'm going to show you are nothing alike. So let's play and let's have a look. So you can see now it's starting to move. Now if you look at that, we've got where that cursor is right now. That there is a tree. Look at it, it's inarguable. I'm laughing because it's so clearly a tree, right? I just want to bring that back. Let's just take that back, right? Let's have a look. You've got, you can see it. You've got the kind of, the textures, you've got the shapes, you've got like the kind of the bends, and you've got a branch on the right, you've got the thicker bit on the left, and then you get to the top. You see it's zoomed in and it kind of like forks off at the top. That is undeniably a tree lying on the riverbed, right? I hope everyone can agree that is what that is. So just bear that in mind as we now travel further up the river. I'm going to just play this now and we'll watch it in real time. Now just as it goes up the screen, as we're travelling up, I think Pete's just sped it up there and he's highlighting something. Now we're going up And there is the riverbed. I'm no expert here in what's on this riverbed, but with the different colours, the yellows and the browns, you know, the kind of shadowy parts and whatnot. Who knows what that is? We can surmise it. It's maybe like some built up sand, some built up earth, maybe some stones. And as you go further up, it looks like this is in my opinion, by the way. Here, I mean, the tree, that is a tree. I mean, I'll bet my life on that. Now we're going further up, and it seems quite flat at the bottom. Sandy, earthy riverbed. And then look at what we see. That image there, that is the image that Peter Falding claims to be A, a body lying on the riverbed, and B, that of Nicola Bulley. I mean, what are the odds that it's going to be another body? So I think it's safe to say, well, firstly, it's safe to say that is not a tree, because we've just seen a tree. That isn't branches. We've just seen branches on the tree. They are nothing alike. It is beyond comprehension to think that image that Peter Falding claims to be Nicola Bulley is anything like the tree that we saw at the beginning of this video. Let's let it play out a bit. And the shadows again. Look at the shadow on the left of that image. You've got what looks like a body on the right in yellow. Now, if you look at the green line, which lies to the right of what Peter says to be a body, for me, you can see a foot, and then you go across, you go up, you've got a calf, and you've got the knee, and then it goes in to the thigh, then to the hip region, and then it curves round, and there's almost like an arch of the back, and it goes up. Personally, I'll be totally honest, I can't make out a head, but I don't know what happens to a deceased body underwater. What happens to their head? What happens to their neck? Does it like drop down? Who knows? I don't know that. But what I can see is these two legs, thigh region, the back, body, arm up, which relates then to the shadow, because you've got the shadow on the left. So if you follow the black shadow across to its ending point, where it kind of curves, almost like a half moon, that's what Peter Falding says are her arms in the air. And he's got pictures to show, like him lying down in the grass and how sunlight, or if you go in your back garden or your front and you've got that light, you know, you'll cast a shadow over you. So that would explain those shadows. And for me, that is just overwhelming evidence that, and it puts it to bed, that image is not a tree, and it is not branches. Not a chance. Here's a split screen. On the left is a tree. On the right is what Peter Falding claims to be Nicola Bulley. Is there any similarity between the two? Of course there's not. I think I'm the first person to put a side-by-side of a tree on the riverbed and this image that Peter claims to be Nicola Bulley in the same shot. in the same river and going off the distance, going off like the speed of this boat, the tree to what Pete claims to be Nicola Bulley, it's not that, there's not much distance there. So it's totally debunked. So people out there that, look, I'm not saying, I've never, ever said that's Nicola Bulley in the river, because I don't know, right? I'm not qualified. But I'm smart enough to know that one's a tree and one looks like a body. And they have no similarities in colour, in texture, in shape, at all. I think that's Nicola Bulley lying there. Now, what's interesting as well is that, according to Peter Falding, the police said that when they dived, let's not forget Peter Falding wasn't allowed to dive. The police said they dived this spot where Pete said there's a target and it needs diving. And they said to him, it's nothing, something along those lines. What is it then? What is it? What is that figure that looks incredibly like a body lying on the riverbed? B, what are the shadows? So originally, it's nothing, they said. COP report says that it was branches. Let's get the old side by side up again. They don't look alike, do they? They don't share any of the same features at all. We're looking at it. We're looking right at it. I think it's time that people woke up. I'm not speaking to everybody here. I'm speaking to those that can't see what is right there. The grass is green behind me. That looks like a body on the riverbed to me. And further upstream, at the beginning of this video footage, is a tree. So what happened when they dived then? There's clearly something there that isn't a tree. Another thing I'm going to point out, because some people do get confused with this image. I mean, I did when I first saw it. I didn't know what I was looking at. If we zoom in, if you look from the dotted line, the green dotted line, and you go across up the thigh, and you go across up the calf, and where it bends, looks like a knee, you can see the other knee below. So you can actually see depth. And I don't know what happened that day. What happened when they went in the water to this exact spot? What happened? How can you miss this? How can you say it's nothing? And then later on in the COP report, how can you say that it's a tree or tree branches? I'll only do a video on if you look on this channel. Yeah, granted, there's a lot of Nicola Bulley stuff on it because I've worked very, very, very hard on this. Because I do want the truth to come out. A family deserves justice. She does. Children do. It's not right, is it? This case has blown my mind, and it's being spoken about again since he released this video footage. And I think people understand more. The gaps in the shadows as well. mean, like Peter said, if you lift your arm up and the sun's behind you, it's going to cast a certain shadow. If you put your arm down again, it's going to cast a certain shadow. I'll tell you what, here's a excuse me. Here's a good example. You ever made those finger puppets? With a light shining behind you, and you make you do weird things, you make a duck or something like that, or I don't know what I'm making here, but you make a little animal with your hand. When you move your fingers around it, all the shadows are completely different. So that explains the little gap in the shadow. It's blatant to me. I only make a video on the Nicola Bulley case, the mysterious and the very suspicious case, which is full of holes and inconsistencies and problems. If there is something to talk about, if there's something I've noticed, if there's something in the public interest, and I think this is the first time that you've got an actual tree on the riverbed side by side with what Peter Fording claims to be Nicola Bulley. I'm going to say one more time, do they look anything alike? I don't think so. So that's that. That's debunked. That is 100% debunked. If anyone wants to challenge me on that, feel free in the comments. The comment section is open. By the way, my comment section is open for opinions. If you totally disagree with me and you think that I'm talking rubbish, or I make no sense, or you think I'm wrong, fine, no problem. Put it in the old commentios. Peter Fording's image is not a tree. This is a tree. This is what looks like a body in the river. I've got one more video, maybe two actually. John Wedger part 2. I don't know when that's going to be. I cannot promise when that's going to be. He's so busy. I know he's got stuff coming up, which I'm not going to speak on his behalf and what he's doing, but he is busy. But I have got one on my own, sat here in the studio. I've got one video to make at this point in time. If something develops down the line on this case, you know where to come, and that is to break the ice. I have compiled a list of every single problem. Every single problem with this case. And it is so long. So watch out for that. Leave a comment down below and share your thoughts. Don't forget to like the video, it always helps. Give it a share. Subscribe if you are new here. I've got an announcement coming out soon about this channel, and I'm quite excited to announce something. That'll be soon. Don't forget as well, there is memberships on this channel, and they start at £1. There's 3 tiers: £1, £3, £5, or 99p, £1.99, £4.99, and they have different perks with them. I am going to be doing weekly lives. Now, way back, I did members Mondays, but then I couldn't commit because things changed to the Monday. So I've took the pressure off. I want to give back to my members. I actually want to give you something for your hard-earned money. So I'm going to do weekly lives. I don't know when. Could be on a Saturday morning, could be on a Monday night. No idea. I'll let you know as and when. Hoping to start that this week. It may be next week, but I'm hoping to start it this week. I am really busy. I've got another video to do very, very soon on a different case. But yeah, check out the membership tiers. They are available. And these members' lives are open to all. Each tier has its own set of perks, but lives are for everyone. From the 99p up to the 4.99 one. Any membership is welcome to the live. So there you go. That's that done. Thanks once again. The channel's growing. It's going in a good direction. Keep an eye out for the next 2 on this case, and then that'll be it. That'll be it for until something happens. Have a great day, whatever you do. And as always, peace out.